Once in the forest you'll find a fabulous banquet, a fairy world. If you close your eyes and you open your mind, the veil disappears and you'll see it all.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese, and today's video is just going to be a very personal video about something that I have continuously struggled with and that has been a little bit harder on me lately for some specific reason. I continuously try to be as translucent as possible with you guys. I try to use myself as an example of the fact that we all go through things, that even if somebody appears to have, everything together and they're so well composed and they seem like, they've got a grip on themselves as a person, I want to show you guys that we all have things hidden underneath that can be bothering us and can be hard on us. Something that I struggle with continuously, as a lot of you know, is anxiety, and it's something that I can get under control, and I'm going to share some of my tips and tricks and how I do that with you guys in a little bit. But it's also something that I can't really control when it's gonna just hit a peak. Lately, I've been really struggling with my anxiety and my mental illness. And it's been something that I've been really working to get a grasp on and really be able to overcome it. And so I thought that I would just come on here and share with you guys some of the things that I've been going through lately with my mental illness, with my anxiety, and tell you guys some of the things that I do in order to get through moments like this, and also just kind of show you guys that if you're going through something like this, you are most certainly not alone. For today's video, I have actually partnered up with BetterHelp, and this has to be one of my absolute favorite partnerships because I stand behind what BetterHelp is doing for people and what they've been doing for me entirely. So BetterHelp is essentially an online counseling service, and when you sign up for BetterHelp, they have you fill out a questionnaire to find you the perfect counselor catering towards, your needs and wants, and to really just ensure you get the greatest experience out of BetterHelp. Now, I've had kind of a rocky journey when it comes to counseling and talking with counselors. I went to a specific counselor in my early teens when I was going through a really hard time, and it just wasn't the best match, and it increased my anxiety. And the idea to me of getting up out of my home and going to sit down with somebody to essentially break down the problems going on in my life gave me greater anxiety than I think it could have helped me. And when I discovered BetterHelp, I instantly knew that this was the best counseling route for me, solely because I suffered with anxiety. I suffer with, one, finding the time to go out and meet with a counselor, but also two, taking that step to going out and to finding a counselor. One of the greatest things that I've suffered from that I'm better at now, but it's always been something that I suffer with, is social anxiety. So for somebody like me who has difficulty in talking about my problems sometimes and going out into the world to do so, BetterHelp has just been a complete and utter lifesaver for me. I think far too often we don't ask for help, or at least I don't, and I try to cope with things on my own a lot. And it's very unhealthy because sometimes we need somebody to come in and help us and steer us in the right direction. And so this partnership means the absolute world to me. So with that being said, if any of you are struggling like I've been lately and you're looking for help, but you don't have the means to go out and get it, or you're like me and it's difficult for you to even take that step, I really hope that you guys will go ahead, click the link in my description, sign up for BetterHelp, and get the help that you need. And if you do sign up with BetterHelp, please tweet me or at me or comment down below saying that you did, because I want to reach out to and talk to those of you who sign up with BetterHelp one-on-one to hear your experience, and hopefully we can help each other. So with that being said, I've really been going through a difficult time, particularly in the last 2 months, and I don't know why I go through these moments of where I was so great and then all of a sudden I just feel so overwhelmed. But I think that's a very natural thing with mental illness. I think that it obviously has its ups and downs, and there's good times and there's bad times, and I think I'd be lying to myself if I were to say that there's gonna be a day where I don't occasionally have those downs. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I strive to continuously be the best person that I can be. And my anxiety really holds me back sometimes from understanding that what I'm doing in the world is good, because I constantly want to be better. I've been like going through these moments of not feeling good enough and feeling like I should be doing so much more and I could be doing so much more, and feeling like I sometimes am failing people and failing myself. And I get into these moments of feeling this way, and I suddenly don't want to hang out with anybody or to surround myself with anybody, and I become very, I guess the only way to say it is self-destructive in a sense, by just isolating myself and creating and just like being in my own shell, rather than just going ahead and talking about my feelings and letting my friends that try so hard to be my friends in, and not, you know, bailing out on seeing people because my anxiety is just like through the roof. I think like one of my worst ways of coping is by pushing aside my feelings rather than accepting them and validating them, and therefore not allowing myself the chance to cry it out or to vent to somebody or to be honest with how I'm feeling. I was really in the habit of just disregarding my feelings and pushing them aside. But I also realized that that is a very unhealthy approach to coping with anxiety, to coping with mental illness, and to coping with my feelings. And I'm a really big believer in the fact that we go through things for a reason and for a purpose. And so I sat back and I was like, what could be the greater purpose? And I was like, I'm gonna go onto my channel and I'm gonna talk about it, because maybe one of you feels the same way that I feel sometimes, and maybe sometimes we forget our self-worth and we forget that this is a journey and that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay to feel a certain way. It's okay to break down, because we're gonna get back up again. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I kind of want to share some of the things with you guys that I've been doing that have been really, really beneficial in getting myself back up on my feet and pushing through these feelings and these thoughts that I've had. One of the most therapeutic things that I've been doing lately is actually writing. And writing out how I'm feeling and being honest about how I'm feeling, not writing out, you know, today was a tough day, but tomorrow's gonna be better, because sometimes we don't feel that way. And just writing out genuinely in the moment how I feel and what I'm gonna do to get through it. And just coping in that sense has been very, very therapeutic for me. I've also been finding myself reading a lot of books and kind of putting my head out of my current world when it's stressful and going into a different world and a different space, and kind of letting myself escape for that time, and knowing that I'm not escaping the problems permanently, but I'm allowing myself to have that like getaway. And honestly, lately I've kind of also been starting to just talk to the people around me about what I'm going through, and realizing that my anxiety is valid and exists, and it's okay for me to be weak for once. I have this thing, and I feel like I always will, in my life, where I continuously feel and believe that I have to be strong always because I have to take care of everybody around me, and that, you know, I'm everybody's shoulder to lean on, which I definitely am. That's just the role that I play in my world. But I also have been lately allowing myself to lean on somebody else for once, which is also very difficult for me to do. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that feeling of wanting to always be strong for those around you and not recognizing that it's okay for me to allow them to be strong for me once in a while. I really just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that every single person on this planet Earth has days or weeks or maybe a month where they just don't feel like they're doing a good job. And it's not them, it's their mental illness, it's the anxiety, it's what they're coping with and dealing with, but it's not you that's the problem if you're going through that. It's not that you're not enough. It's not that you're not doing enough, because believe me, you are more than enough. You are doing more than enough. You are doing great. And it's totally okay to not feel like you are sometimes. I feel like I'm starting to feel so much better just by doing things for myself and understanding myself and allowing myself to have that moment of feeling down. And I think that's become my greatest coping mechanism, is to just really acknowledge how I'm feeling, because I find the longer and my anxiety lasts has a lot to do with the fact that I haven't acknowledged it and accepted it and allowed myself to feel that way. And now that I've kind of acknowledged, yeah, I've been dealing with anxiety more so than not, and I wasn't for a while, and I allowed myself to sit back and feel the way that I was feeling, but also try to figure out what I can do in order to not feel that way anymore. And that's why I decided to come on here and talk with you guys. I decided to share something that's been really, really helping me, which is BetterHelp, which is talking to somebody who isn't a part of my life and doesn't have an opinion on me already, and is just listening to my feelings and allowing them to be validated. If any of you guys are going through anything right now, or you're struggling, or you're in a moment of feeling weak and feeling like you're not doing a good job, I just want you to know that I am here for you. I get it. I've been feeling that way. And I'm sure there are tons of people who have been feeling this way too, but it's okay to feel that way. And if you ever feel like you're alone in dealing with this, or you're isolating yourself, I hope that you can find comfort in my channel and find comfort in the fact that I am really and truly here for you. And if you go ahead and try something like BetterHelp, which has genuinely been saving me in so many ways, please let me know and let's talk one-on-one about your experience and if it's helping you. And I just really, really want to hear your guys' opinions on it, and to really just talk about how we feel and to be there for each other. If any of you guys are going through a hard time right now, please go ahead and just let me know in the comments below. I want to be replying to you. I hope that you guys can reply to one another. Please, please, please be kind and empathetic to everybody's situation and give genuine and honest comfort and feedback, because I really love the fact that this channel is a safe space, not only for me, but for you guys too, and the fact that we're a family that's continuously building up one another. So please do that. I'll definitely be reading through your comments. I'll be messaging some of you one-on-one, especially if you can let me know your opinion on BetterHelp. That would be just absolutely incredible. And that is my random rant video, just explaining that I've been in a rut and I'm finally finding my way out of it. And if any of you are in that same situation, I get it. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for partnering up with me on today's video, and thank you so much to you guys who have stuck it out this far and tried to understand what I'm going through, and hopefully I in some way made at least some of you feel less alone, and just really let you know that this is life and we're all gonna get through this together. If you guys are new to my channel, or you're just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would absolutely love it if you would click that subscribe button, join the Reese's Pieces. If you do enjoy my content, make sure to turn on your post notifications, because YouTube doesn't always like to notify people when I'm uploading, and I really don't want you to miss my content if you do enjoy it. And also please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, because it makes my heart really happy and I really, really super appreciate it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until next time, I love you.